Greetings to Ladies Midwest Adventures. I'm Jenny, and I am reading my favorite part in Chapter 6, The Story of the Hobbit's Getaway from Gollum. It is on page 98 of 99. I'm gonna start at the top of the page. All of a sudden, you gave one of your blind flashes and we saw the goblins running back, yelping. You shouted to follow me, everybody, and everybody ought to have followed. We thought everybody had. There was no time to count, as you know quite well, till we had dashed through the gate guards, out of the lower door, and helter-skelter down here. And here we are without the burglar. Confiscate him. And here's the burglar, said Bilbo, stepping down into the middle of them and slipping off the ring. Bless me, how they jumped when they shouted with surprise and delight. Gandalf was astonished, as any of them, but probably more pleased than all the others. He called to Balin and told him what he thought of a lookout man who let people walk right into them, like that, without warning. It is a fact that Bilbo's reputation went up a very great deal with the dwarves after this. If they had still doubted that he was really a first-class burglar, in spite of Gandalf's words, they doubted no longer. Balin was most puzzled of all, but everyone said it was a very clever bit of work. Indeed, Bilbo was so pleased with their praise that he just chuckled inside and said nothing whatever about the ring. And when they asked him how he did, he said, "Oh, just crept along, very carefully and quietly." Well, it is on the first time that even a mouse has crept along carefully and quietly under very nose and not been spotted, said Balin. And I'd take off my hood to you, which he did. Balin, at your service, he said. Your servant, Mr. Baggins, said Bilbo. Then they wanted to know about his adventures after they had lost him. I'm getting a yawn. And he sat down and told them everything except about the finding of the ring. Not just now, he thought. They were particularly interested in the riddle completion and shuddered most appreciatively at his description of Gollum. And then I couldn't think of any other question with him sitting beside me, ended Bilbo. So I said, "What's in my pocket?" And he couldn't guess in 3 goes. So I said, what about your promise? And what about your promise? Show me the way out. But he came. So I said, what about your promise? Show me the way out. But he came at me to kill me. And I ran and fell over, and he missed me in the dark. Then I followed him, because I heard him talking to himself. I heard him talking to himself. He thought I really knew the way out, and so he was making for it. And then he sat down in the entrance, and I could not get by. So I jumped over him and escaped, and ran down to the gate. What about the guards? They asked. Weren't there any? Oh yes, lots of them. But I dodged them and got stuck in the door, which was only open a crack. I lost lots of buttons, he said sadly, looking at his torn clothes. But I squeezed through all right, and here I am. The dwarves looked. Why do I keep on yawning? The dwarves looked at him with quite a new respect when he talked about dodging guards, jumping over gollum, and squeezed through, as if it was not very difficult or very alarming. What did I tell you? Said Gandalf, laughing. Mr. Baggins has more about him than you guess. He gave Bilbo a queer look from under his bushy eyebrows as he said this, and the Hobbit wondered if he guessed at the part of his tale that he left out, him actually finding the ring, which is what I mean. And that is my favorite part in Chapter 6. I am sad about my yawns and love Nicole, I love your kitties. Tell your kitties I love them. Maybe you can come in here and say hi to the kitties. Kitties will be right here, popping out soon. The bee will say hi to them. So, love you, Nicole. And stay blessed. Make the world a better place, one person and one moment at a time. And like and subscribe so we can get to 1,000 subscribers so we can start beekeeping. Stop dancing. You can dance with your mask and gun when I'm finished. And like and subscribe so we can get to 1,000 subscribers so we can start beekeeping. Okay, bye-bye.